The proposed amendments are not to give the executive more powers. The proposed amendments are to streamline the functions of the president, which is to appoint and also reappoint, reassign his government. And so the issue of separation of powers doesn't come in place. We have a situation where people who have vendettas, MPs who have vendettas against some public officers, may not want them deployed or redeployed to other areas, which now cripples the presidency. And I think that's what the president wants to do, to deal with. I think that's like saying that we are making the law for a personality, the president. We are not making the law for the president. We are making the law for the presidency, so that the presidency may have an easy way of redeploying people. In my thinking, I'm of the feeling that the president has not been able to make changes right now in government because there lacks a clear mechanism on how he can reassign his people without going through vetting. And just that's what the government wants to be clear. And it doesn't matter who occupies that seat. They will need to make changes in government. They need to probably fire someone and hire someone else, or fire someone and instead of hiring someone else, move someone to that position. And I think it's just giving a seamless way of handling government issues, and especially redeployment. Personally, in my opinion, I don't think the amendment is targeted at those people who are told to step aside. Because regardless of whether that law is there or not, these people, if these issues come up, even if they are brought back into government, they'll have to step aside any other time, and investigations have to take place. And we know that some of them have not been cleared. And the president has been clear he won't allow anyone who has not been cleared to come back to government. But what it gives is a situation where the president can give back jobs to those who are suspended, because they were not fired, they were suspended, so they may come back. And now the law helps the president in the situation where if he needs a CS who he thinks has the capacity to work in his government and had been suspended, but does not want him to work in the same capacity, he can bring them back without necessarily having to refer them back to Parliament for vetting. And I think that's actually the easy way to do it. We spend too much time, too much time politicking, too much money on this vetting process, while at the same time, there are people who, like, if I want to move a CS from one ministry to another, or I want to reappoint someone probably had left and I want to reappoint them, why should they be vetted again if there are no questions that have been brought against them, integrity issues or corruption issues that have been brought against them, or their capacity to perform? So for me, I think it really doesn't matter if the amendment comes in place, whether these guys are in or out, because any law should not be made with personalities in mind. A law should be made for the purpose of helping the country run. And I think that's basically what I can say about that.